Hi, welcome to Gemini Star Spiritual Wellness. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited that you're here with me for this video. So, in today's video, we're doing the March 2026 reading for all the fire signs. So, that would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So, let's see what's coming up for you, fire signs, for this upcoming new month of March. So, we're already getting into March. Let's see what's going on for your energy for this whole month. As always, please hit that like button so this will go out to other fire signs that need to see the information. It also helps to get the videos, it pushes it out to more people if you hit the like button. And please hit subscribe if you haven't so that you get future videos I put out. I do like this, like this is a monthly reading. I also do mid-monthly and weeklies, and I also do special readings and special informational videos like about astrology and things like that as well. And also, take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. So, coming into this reading, my nose is really itching. Fire signs for March. So, maybe you're going to be having some big, intense energy coming in this month. It's already. I don't even have the cards pulled out yet, on the table. It's already itching. So, what is the energy for fire signs for the month of March 2026? March 2026. Okay. So, what is the energy for the fire signs? Let's see for this upcoming month. So, we got the Queen of Wands, we've got the Eight of Cups, the Page of Cups. Ooh, King of Wands, got a pair. King of Cups, Knight of Wands, and the Three of Swords. So, I definitely feel this is a love reading for you, fire signs, right off the bat. That's what I'm feeling. So, coming into this month of March, and this is in a past position, so it might have happened already. If it hasn't, it's coming in now. But you are getting an opportunity, a little offer's coming in, and it's emotional offer, and it's like small. It's just like a small little, small little opportunity, little offer, but it is emotional. It's something that it's going to be emotional for you. And in the current energy, you're in the Queen of Wands energy. So you're kind of like you're being intuitive, you're passionate, and you are, as a fire sign, you're passionate, you kind of got your stuff together, and you're pretty well established as a queen. And so you're doing pretty good for yourself. You're in a good place. But you're walking away from something, fire signs, and you're leaving something behind. And you can see he's not even looking over his shoulder. Like, he's got his little cloak on, and he's just walking away with his little stick. And he's not even looking at these cups that are here at the bottom of the card. So it's like you're like, I'm out of here. I'm leaving this behind. And you're definitely leaving it behind. And I'm hearing that the eclipses have something to do with this change. So the energy of the eclipses is helping you to leave this behind, which is interesting because, we have a lunar eclipse coming up on, I believe it's March 3rd, and that's what they're saying. It's like you're just kind of this gateway right now that we're in energy between the two eclipses, because there was a solar eclipse in February. And it's been really like, I've been feeling like a lot of physical symptoms from that, myself personally, but that energy is helping to push you to leave it behind. And I'm like, there's this other, it's interesting, is there's this, I believe this is what you're going to. It's like a Knight of Wands. There's this other energy, and it could be another fire sign. It doesn't have to be. But what's interesting is in the current energy, there's this pair. And it could very well be like a strong soulmate or a twin flame situation. Because I feel like the energy, it's like, how can I describe it? this King of Wands person has been kind of in your life on the peripheral. Like there's feelings there, but it's like they were kind of lingering, but not, and they weren't really going anywhere. But but what I'm hearing is this King of Wands is coming in with a small little offer. And I think that's what's helping you to move out of whatever situation you're currently in, because you're coming into, it's like I think the offer is going to be something like they want a relationship with you, or they want to come together with you, or it could be like they confess to you how they feel about you and they're making an offer of having a relationship. But there's definitely this intense feeling between the two of you. I'm feeling very passionate, very intense. And like I said, it was kind of like if you were in another relationship, and even if you weren't, there was kind of like this King of Wands energy, like that was kind of around. It was like, even if you weren't in a relationship with this person, like what I mean by they were in your head a lot, you were thinking about them, you might have been having dreams about them, but there was this like energetic connection that you had with this person. And that's why I'm feeling like could very well be a twin flame situation, because it's like there was this cord, this connection that you had with this person, this energetic connection that was kind of, floating around, that was just there, even if you weren't with them in the physical, it was like, that energy was still permeating, okay, around you. So what's interesting is, and this is in the current energy, fire signs for March. So that's in the current energy, if you can see it in the cards. So that's all happening now. So in the near future, and this hasn't happened yet, you've got a King of Cups here, and I'm going to do a clarifier on this, because I'm hearing this is a different person in the near future. And this is the person that you're leaving, like this King of Cups. Like, I believe this is a situation you're leaving if you're with somebody in another relationship, because you want to be with this King of Wands. So it's like you want to end things with this King of Cups. And it's definitely going to cause some heartbreak, but I don't think your connection, I don't feel like this was a very good relationship anyway that you had with this other person. If this is resonating with you, it's like it was time for the relationship to come to an end anyway, if that makes sense. It wasn't very good. And there was a lot of like heartbreak and sadness in it. It wasn't like a healthy, balanced relationship, if you know what I mean. There was a lot of, like, you were putting up with a lot of BS. And there was like a level of sadness and, and heartbreak, because the relationship wasn't the way you wanted it to be. And that's why you're walking away from it. But let's go ahead and do some clarifiers about that King of Cups. I'm sorry. Please, 2 clarifiers, please, for the fire signs for the King of Cups. Why is the King of Cups in that position? Pick 2. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. What I'm hearing is whoever this person is. And it's like, I don't think you're walking away from them, but I don't think the relationship with this person's come to a complete end yet. So it's like you want to be with this King of Wands, but you're still kind of tied in with this King of Cups somehow. Now you're walking away from it, but you haven't quite, because this is in the near future. So you haven't quite ended the relationship yet with this King of Cups. It's like it's on the tail end of ending, if you know what I mean, but it's still, the energy's still there. But what I'm hearing is you've outgrown this person. This is one of the clarifiers that came out. It's like you're in this Empress energy and they're a king. And the Empress trumps the king because, she's the accumulation of all 4 queens in the tarot, and he's still a king. So he's like, it's like you're no longer in alignment with him, this person. You're no longer in alignment, and it's time to like leave it behind. Like you've grown past that person, if that makes sense, energetically. because you're in this Empress energy in the relationship. You've outgrown it. And that's where the heartbreak's coming in, because you're not getting what you needed from the relationship because it wasn't balanced. It was like, I'm not feeling like it was toxic per se, but it was like it wasn't balanced, and you have outgrown it, and you weren't getting everything that you needed. And there was like a lot of, like trivial stuff that you had to put up with. Um, and then it's like there's definitely some anxiety and worry about this situation with this King of Cups. I think it's like maybe you were worried while you were in the relationship with them, and you had anxiety. You didn't feel like really safe and secure and relaxed in the relationship. There was definitely worry and concern. And that's another reason why you were having this heartbreak sadness, because you were in this worry and concern a lot. So it's kind of like in the relationship you didn't feel very secure, if that makes sense, and you were feeling you couldn't be yourself. You couldn't relax. You didn't feel like there was always this sense of insecurity in the relationship. And it was adding to like this heartbreak and sadness. But yes, definitely some worry and concern going on. And you want to leave that behind now, because you're in this Empress energy. And I know up here you're in the, Queen of Wands, but for in this relationship you went up into the Empress energy. And you wanted to get out of this. Like you were tired of dealing with this anxiety and worry about it, and being worried about, what he's doing, what's going on in a relationship. Like your mind was always like fogged up about the relationship. So another card, this is the other advice card I have here that haven't spoke about yet, but it's like this wand. I feel like, so this King of Wands is coming with like a small offer, and it's just a small offer, but he's gonna come in, and maybe, and this is what I'm hearing, this person in the past, I think this is somebody you already know, that maybe you dated in the past, or had some or friendship or something in the past. In the past, they were this energy. They were a Knight of Wands. So they were kind of like a playboy type energy, just kind of, do whatever they want, fly by the seat of their pants. They weren't really relationship material, but they've grown. The point is, this is what they used to be when you knew them before, and this is who they are now. And I definitely feel like this is a twin flame reading, because this person you've known, and like I'm hearing you, yeah, I'm hearing and seeing you've seen, them in the past. You had either like a friendship with them or a relationship with them, and when they were in this energy. But it didn't work out back then because they were still too emotionally immature, and they were not at a point where they would have been a good partner. They had to grow up, basically. And since then, they have grown up. It's like you all went your separate ways. You got into this King of Cups relationship, you got in a relationship with someone else. But it's like they've grown into this King of Wands. So now they're much more mature, they're much more emotionally mature. They're out of that playboy energy. And it's like they've grown and they've changed, and they're coming back to you like, hey, I want to let you know, how I feel about you. This is what I want. And they're giving you this small offer. And I feel like you've never, like I said, there was this strong energetic connection with you, with this person. Even in the past, if they were in this playboy energy or they were in this King of Wands energy, you still felt this energetic connection with this person that was very strong. And it's like the connection was always there. Even once you stopped talking to each other, and maybe they dated somebody or got involved with someone else and you got involved, but it was like that energy kind of lingered. It still lingered because there was this connection between the two of you that was very, very strong. So it never really went away. It's like the relationship never really ended, if you know what I mean, energetically. So when they come back to you with that offer, you're kind of like, wow, because down deep inside, you wanted to be with this King of Wands in the past. Like back in the past, you wanted that relationship to move forward. You wanted to have them in your life, but it wasn't good timing, is what I'm hearing. Like they weren't ready. to give you what you needed. They weren't in a place emotionally, mentally, consciously, vibrationally to give you a good, strong relationship. So they had to grow up and so, mature and consciously grow up and have their vibration rise. They had to do all that and become the king of wands before they could give you the type of relationship you want and you deserve. So, so you were kind of, in this relationship with somebody else, since then, but you're walking away from that and that's coming to an end. But what they're telling me about that relationship is that it was already over. Like it was already, the relationship was already coming to an end when you get this offer. And that offer just kind of helps push it faster because your heart's like already connected to this king of wands. Like that's who you really want to be with. So when they come back and talk to you and you see and you're going to sense a change in your king of wands, like you're going to see that he's grown from that knight to that king. You're going to pick up on that energy shift change. And so, you decide to leave, this king of cups. And I feel like the relationship with this king of cups was already coming to an end, but it wasn't completely cleared out yet. Like you were at the very end of like right before, like you were getting ready to break up with them, or it was like at the very end of the relationship, but it was still kind of lingering a little bit. And then you get this offer and you decide, okay, I'm out of here. I'm going to move forward into this new direction. So wow, this is a really deep love reading. Really deep love reading for you, fire signs. So that's what I have for the month of March. So it looks like, during the month of March, you're going to be walking away from this other situation, and you're going to be, it's like I'm feeling like you want to move forward with this King of Wands. And this is what you want to move forward with. Oh, and I just keep, yeah, I keep hearing and feeling like twin flame energy with this. Like, I really think that's, there's a good chance that's what this is a twin flame connection, or at least a very strong soulmate connection, because that energetic connection you had with that King of Wands was always there. Like, even if you guys went your separate ways and, nothing transpired out of it, it's like even when you were in separation, that energy was very strong between the two of you and you could feel it. So that's what I have for you, fire signs. Pretty deep. But what's interesting is, what I find really is good is that you've grown. You've grown a lot, and that old relationship was just no longer in alignment with you, basically. Because you've grown vibrationally, you've grown energetically, consciously. So it's like it wasn't like you've outgrew that relationship and it was time to walk away. And then you were already like leaving it. Like I said, it was like it was coming to an end anyway. And it was like on, the last the last, little bit of it, but it was finishing out anyway. And then when you get this offer, it's like, okay, it's like now you decide to finally close it out. So that's what I have for you, fire signs, for the month of March. Pretty deep love reading, but that's what I have. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.